She won an Oscar, stole scenes in blockbusters, and seemed poised to rule Hollywood for decades. Then, and Hathaway suddenly disappeared.
No scandals. No meltdowns.
Just silence. For years, fans wondered what happened to the once unstoppable star who gave us The Princess Diaries, Les Miserables, and The Devil Wears Prada. Now, in 2025, she's back, and everything about her return reveals a woman who had to walk away from the noise to find herself again. This is the truth behind Anne Hathaway's vanishing act, and what finally brought her back to the spotlight. Anne Hathaway's rise was nothing short of meteoric. From her breakout role as Mia Thermopolis to her haunting performance in Les Miserables, she proved time and again that she was more than just a pretty face. She was a force. She was everywhere: award shows, red carpets, fashion spreads, and starring in some of the decade's most successful films. And then, just as fast as she ascended, she pulled back. Hathaway didn't disappear entirely, but something had shifted. The woman who had once embraced the limelight with ease was now choosing privacy, silence, and intentional distance. What most people didn't see was the storm she endured beneath the surface. Despite her talent, Anne became a target of an unexpected backlash. Her Oscar win should have been her crowning moment, but instead, she was met with a strange wave of public resentment. She was called too perfect, too rehearsed, too much. The media mocked her, social media criticized her sincerity, and suddenly, Hathaway became a symbol of overpolished Hollywood rather than the powerhouse performer she truly was. It took a toll. In interviews years later, Anne admitted that the backlash hurt deeply. It wasn't just the criticism, it was how widespread and personal it felt. She became self-conscious, anxious, and unsure of her place in an industry that once embraced her. So she did what few stars in her position are brave enough to do. She stepped away. Not dramatically. Not angrily. Just quietly. She focused on her family, chose smaller projects, and stopped chasing the approval that once defined her public image. But Hathaway wasn't done. She was healing. And in that healing, she rediscovered her love for acting. Away from the noise, she realized that she didn't need to perform off-screen to be valued. She didn't need to play the Hollywood game to stay relevant. And when she returned in 2025, it wasn't as the overly polished starlet from years past. It was as a grounded, wiser, and far more powerful version of herself. Her comeback role in a critically acclaimed psychological thriller reminded everyone why she earned that Oscar. The performance was raw, fearless, and deeply human. Everything her fans always knew she was capable of. But more than the role, it was her presence that struck a chord. She was calm, confident, and comfortable in her own skin. No longer trying to prove anything.
Just doing what she does best.
What brought her back wasn't a desperate need for fame. It was the realization that her voice still mattered, and her artistry still had something to say. And this time, she's choosing her own pace, her own projects, and her own truth. And Hathaway didn't vanish because she couldn't handle the spotlight. She vanished because she was strong enough to walk away from it when it became toxic. And now, in a world finally ready to listen, she's returned. Not to reclaim a throne, but to redefine what it means to be a leading woman in Hollywood. This isn't a comeback, it's a rebirth. And this version of Anne Hathaway isn't chasing applause. She's commanding respect.